Awesome.
Yay!
Hello, everyone. Hi.
Hello.
I probably should pull up YouTube just to make sure that I have that. Hi, anyone and everyone that's currently here.
Yes.
Let me pull this up.
If you're here, you can go ahead and let us know in the chat box.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And I do have chat up on StreamYard, so hopefully that's good. Let's see. Okay, cool. Awesome. Hello. Welcome in. If people are trickling in, I see the Sea of Diamonds. Bev said hi. Hello.
Yay!
Welcome to the first of probably a series of cross-stitch conversion lives, where the three hosts of cross-stitch conversion 2023 will just be answering any questions that folks have. Mia said she can barely hear me.
Okay.
Let me try.
And then, and we've got Rochelle, Sophie. Hi, Sophie. I hope you're feeling better.
Okay, how's that? Is that better? Am I louder, quieter?
Hi, Mia.
Hi, Mia. Michelle. Sticking with diamonds. Oh, there's a lot of people jumping in. Awesome.
Hi, Spin 16. Yes, and guys, Sophie's here with us too, but poor Sophie, she is not feeling the best, and we just appreciate, like Sophie, we appreciate you still trooping through this, even though you're not feeling the best. So thank you.
Cool. Sophie said it sounds a little bit better. Hi, Bev. But yeah, so we're just here to chat for an hour about anything and everything cross-stitch conversion. So any questions that you might have, please feel free to type those in the chat. I've got my little screen share on, so if we need to take a look at some sites or check anything out, then we have that option to do that. And so I'll just work on helping out from a visual standpoint, and then Hannah's here to answer questions. Sophie's in the chat to answer questions. So yeah. Hi, Francesca. Hi, Marianne.
Hi, Francesca.
Yeah. But yeah, we're super excited too for this event. But I think a lot of, at least from what I've seen, there's quite a few people that still have some questions about the process and what it takes to get a cross-stitch conversion in your hands. So we figured we'd just do this occasionally throughout the summer and fall, just to make sure that people feel comfortable with the process. So
yeah, like definitely it does not. I mean, I remember when I first heard about cross-stitch conversions, it sounded so intimidating to me. But then, once you actually know how to do it, it's like anyone can do a cross-stitch. It is not complicated. So
right, exactly.
Yeah. Hi, Elisa. So okay,
cool.
well
yeah, so I noticed Rochelle a couple minutes ago said that she needed help ordering a blank canvas for her project. Rochelle, what do you know? Do you already have the pattern? And if so, what's the stitch size for your pattern?
Yeah.
So typically what you can do while we're waiting for that response. Hi, Lizette. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Lizette.
Yeah, so typically what you can do is take your stitch size and usually divide that by 4, and that's going to give you your centimeter size. So that just kind of helps figure out your sizing. So if you had a cross stitch pattern that was 400 by 400, then it's going to be 100 by 100 centimeters.
Yeah, and in fact, let me get like a piece of paper. And yeah, I can actually kind of write it down too. If I get I gotta lift my canvas here, get my marker.
Yeah, I'm not sure where Carol is. I did get a chance to jump on Mia's live prior to this one for just a little bit, and she said that she was needing some encouragement to try a cross-stitch conversion project. So yeah. Hi, Kat.
So here's a little visual. So you go by your stitch size. So say if you have something, and this is just a number, divide each of those by 4, or you can multiply them by 0.25 too, either way. And then that gives you the centimeters that you need for your canvas if anyone needed like a little visual.
Yeah. Yeah, and Sophie just mentioned, don't forget to join the Facebook group to share any cross-stitch conversion projects, ask questions. So yeah, there is a Facebook group now that the three of us started specific to cross-stitch conversion. So if you end up coming up with a question after this live, or just want to see some additional content or see what other people are working on, the link is right there for you.
Yeah. Oh, and Kat, you don't worry, you haven't really missed anything. We were just going through things and just kind of talking about just that first question of as far as like how to actually order a blank canvas and get it the right size.
Okay.
Oh, okay, Michelle. Okay.
Okay. Purchased. Oh, okay. Have the pattern. Okay, cool. So 237 by 319. So that would end up being
237 divided by 4. So that's 59.25 centimeters. And then the other number was 319 divided by 4 by 79.75 centimeters.
Yep. And so Rochelle, you wouldn't add any extra. That should be the exact size. Like usually where you order your canvases from, they're going to have the border around it and all that stuff, but that will be exactly what you need, end to end to do your canvas. Yeah. So you have a couple options. There's a few places that you can order canvases from. I'm just going to pop us over to the Heaven and Earth Design site. So you said that's where you got your pattern. You could also get your canvas from them as well. So you'll just go into this special services tab here, and then you'll see one of your options down below is your blank diamond painting canvas. So you can select that. What happens is when you purchase this $2 canvas, you're essentially setting a placeholder for the shop owners at Heaven and Earth Designs to know that you have your canvas, a canvas request. So you can see this listing is for request only. You can email them directly for a quote. And then when you're ready to order, you can place this. And then in the notes section, you can list what size you want, if that makes sense. And so, yeah.
Oh, no. And so, Anthony, do you want me to show them? Because I just got my custom canvas from Heaven and Earth Designs. Yeah. Okay. I'll show you guys what it looks like.
Yeah. So yeah, what you do is you'll go ahead and hit add to cart, and you already know your sizing. If you wanted a quote on pricing before you actually did this, you could email them. Otherwise, if you're just ready to do it, you just hit add to cart, and in the notes, you'll type in, I'd like one that's 59.25 by 79.75 centimeters, and they'll get that pricing. So the pricing gets adjusted, and they'll they'll email you and say, hey, we got your actual pricing. It's $36 or $42. Can you go and update your order, and you'll pay the actual price more than the $2. So it is a little bit of back and forth, but it's actually very quick, I've found. Yeah.
I think when I ordered mine, it was like a 5-minute email. And then, so when you do end up getting it, they sent it to you in a really nice tube. It's like super sturdy. And what I liked about it too is, and also guys, these canvases from Heaven and Earth Designs, they're thick. They're like heavy duty canvases. So when you put drills on them, they're going to be really heavy pieces of art, just to let you guys know. But what I really liked about Heaven and Earth Designs too is once they sent it to you, I just thought this was like a little nice extra touch, is they washi tape the borders for you. Yeah. So you can see mine, and I don't know if you can see the washi tape or not, but they do washi tape around the borders for you.
Yeah, that's so awesome. Yeah, I started working on my first canvas from them, and it's really nice. I'm liking it so far. So, yeah. So let's see here. Yeah, hi, Katie. I'm trying to see what we have here.
Oh, that's a good piece of advice from Francesca. If you want it in inches, you divide it by 10.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah, because
Good
there's
to
going to
know.
be 10 stitches or 10 drills per inch um, on those cross stitch conversions.
Mhm.
Cool. So yeah, that's kind of the Heaven and Earth Designs canvas ordering. You have some
Mhm.
options here to get different charts and patterns from them as well. So there's a lot of good products to be had here. The only thing that you won't find here is the drills themselves or your diamonds.
Right.
So yeah.
And the other thing that Heaven and Earth Designs have added, so if you like a cross stitch pattern but you know it's like going to be a huge diamond painting and that's too big for you, they now have a service where you can get it recharted as a mini, which will make it smaller and a little more manageable. They just started that service in April. So if something is like a pattern is, it's going to be just an enormous diamond painting, then you can actually now ask them, hey, can you rechart this as a mini? And that makes it a little more manageable as far as size wise.
Yeah. Yeah. And they even have
Hey, Jade.
some hi Jade, hi Berta, Cindy, Chris, hello people that are kind of trickling in. Hi
Yeah.
everyone. But yeah, they do have some options here. You can do different charts by artist. So you've got a
Mm-hmm.
lot of this. And even if you go into some of these, they already have some of the cropped or mini versions available. So if one of those speaks to you, then you already kind of have that done. So I forget which artist. I was looking at one of these artists a couple of months ago, and I was like, oh, they've already created some mini versions of
Yes.
these patterns, which is nice. So, but you
Yeah.
can get that done pretty much on anything, as long as you put in that request. So, yeah.
Yeah. And I think they said it takes a couple weeks for them to rechart it. So, I mean, you definitely want to give them some time. But yeah, as long as it's basically, like one of their artists they have, you can now, request it as a mini and they'll rechart it for you as a mini.
Exactly. Exactly. Hi, Angela, Wendy. Hello, everyone that's kind of popping in. One question that I did have that maybe I should have run this by you and Sophie before we did a live, but I'll just ask you. Someone was asking if for the Cross Stitch Conversion 2023 event, if the Crown Jewel diamond painting canvases would count. But I told them that I would run that by you guys. I was thinking no, since it's basically a regular kit at that point. You just have to source your drills.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Don't mean to put you on the spot.
No, I mean, and again, I'm not trying to hate on crown jewel canvases or anything, but I mean, personally, I would be in agreement with that. So
Yeah.
not to hate on that or anything, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think at that point it's stepping away from the actual like the conversion process that is the conversion. So if you are to shop from Heaven and Earth Designs for the event, then I would stick with the charts by artist as opposed to the crown jewel canvases. So
Yeah.
okay, Sophie said yes. Cool. All right, we're all in
Okay.
agreement.
And
Yeah,
I
that
think
kind of threw me for a loop, but yeah.
yeah, and I think if I saw earlier too, and I know because Lizette has made such amazing content on this before too. I know Lizette, when I've watched your stuff, I think you did a mini too, and it almost like if you are going to do this through Heaven and Earth Designs, probably a mini may be the best way to start off with.
Yeah.
So you're not doing, a 6-foot canvas.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, sometimes you look at the sizing and it's just massive. And then keep in mind too that if you look at so it was Mary Ann that asked that. Okay, hi.
Okay.
Yeah, so you do have a maximum size for your blank canvases that you can get from Heaven and Earth Design. So 152 by 175, which is huge. But some of these, even their own charts will be larger than that. So you have to either split it up into 2 canvases, that type of thing. So just keep that in mind that even if you decide to go super, super big, you need to make sure that the shops can support that from like a product standpoint. So yeah.
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 Wendy, I think they have Precious Moments crossed it. I thought I saw Precious Moments on there.
Is that the name? I can look. Let's see.
Yes, Precious Moments. They were like, okay, for any of you, you know, who like did Sunday school and all that when you were a kid, like I remember as a kid, like I got the Precious Moments Bible and the Precious Moment, like Precious Moments they've been around for, yes, there it is.
Yeah. So you can see that you have some different options here. So there's this one that's like no background. And then this one, like you can see this size is 800 by 800 stitches. So that's a 200 by 200 centimeter kit, which is huge. So you kind of need to take a little bit of a closer eye to that if you're interested. But like you said, you can, like Hannah said, you can request it to be sized down.
Yes, you can request it as a mini, which is a much more, I mean, it's still going to be a good size most likely, but yeah.
Yes, you can, Marianne. You can request that through Heaven and Earth Designs.
Yes.
Yep.
And actually, do you want to show them that real quick? If you want to show them that, Anthony, it's through special services again. Yeah.
Custom charting.
I believe so. Or yeah, it might be custom charting, or there's one, I think, with that green arrow that also showed you that you can request as a mini. They had it like actually, see, it's hard for me to see. It might just be the custom charting now. It looks a little different than last month, but
okay.
Yeah.
So we're offering custom charting any picture that you'd like to stitch. We've done hundreds in the past. We're offering it publicly. Send your image after checkout and provide the largest file possible. Once we confirm that, we can do the image and send you payment deals. We do request payment before the work starts. Okay. So yeah, and then if you're having artwork charted by an artist, you need written approval to provide that to them. So yeah, it is a service that is offered. I wonder if it's like one of their own charts, like if we wanted to do one of those precious moments, like a quarter size, if you could just email them and see what that would take, as opposed to it being your own image. Might be a little bit cheaper.
Yeah. And that's a nice thing, guys, with Heaven and Earth Designs too. They're really responsive to emails. It's always good to just ask. And I mean, I guarantee you'll get an answer. And then just kind of seeing in the chat too. Or if you want to start, Jade has got some great minis. If you want to start off that way, she's got an awesome collection on her shop too. If you want to start a little smaller as well. And I know Jade, you know, does it all, and you know, you don't even have to worry about sourcing the drills or anything. Yep, it's just all there.
Yeah. And so we have our here we go. So our mini Jada Gem Shop cross stitch conversion kits. So you'll get everything you need, drills, canvas, the whole shebang, all right there, good to go. So if that's something that you want to take on, if you were looking for something that maybe has a bit more color blocking or is a little bit more approachable, these are excellent ways to kind of practice. And that is like a crazy good deal for the drills and canvas and everything, compared to if you were to purchase them separately. So yeah, but they're all kind of in that 30 by 30 range. Some of them are a little bit smaller, but perfect way to test the waters a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, and Jade said several of the minis are back in stock. Right on.
Awesome. Cool. So yeah, we've got that. Bev says she's getting Luna Moth. Yeah, Michelle at Heaven and Earth Designs is always amazing. So yeah, very responsive. I was able to get a quote on a canvas and have it like at my house within, I think it was 9 days from the time I requested one to the time I had it in my hands. So, and the canvas material is like more of your like traditional canvas that you like paint on. And so it's got more of a thicker feel. You can see the actual weave of the fabric within the canvas. So it's a little bit different. And their poured glue that they use is all done by hand. So it has a little bit of a different feel than a more like mass manufactured poured glue, but it seems to be working out really well so far. So,
and it comes like when I got my canvas from them, it came with like instructions too that it's almost like the more you press your drill in, like the better it adheres. That's what it said in the instructions. And then that's why I was saying earlier too, guys, if you get a canvas from Heaven and Art Designs and it's, somewhat sizable and, you're putting all your drills, it's going to be heavy. So just think about that too. If like you're thinking about framing it or something down the road, because it's going to be a really heavy piece of art.
Yeah. Yeah, even the one that I'm doing I'm doing Darth Vader from Creatively Stitching with Francesca's drills in the Heaven and Earth Designs canvas. I'm only like 30% done, but it feels heavy just with the canvas weight and everything. So I'm going to have to figure out. I don't think command strips are going to cut it this time.
You might need or I don't know, unless they make something that holds like between 20 and 30 pounds.
Or just put like 6 of them all the way down.
There you go. That'll work. We'll just repeat the weight.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I was trying to think of like anything else to show. Just going back up, I think someone had mentioned that they are using a paper chart. This was Kay, working off an old paper chart. So figuring out how many drills I'll need of each color will be interesting. Kay, does it have your key with the number of stitches that you'll need of each one? Or does it just, I've never seen an older paper chart before, so I'm not sure what information they do or don't provide. But if it tells you the DMC and the number of stitches for each one, that's the same as the drills.
Yes.
So as long as it's a 10 by 10 count, or a 10 count, I guess. So if you have that, then we can help you get that stuff together, and I can pull up Francesca's site. Printed grids on printer paper and connected them after.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I know, I think Elizabeth with Enablers Outpost, she's working off of a paper pattern right now and doing the same kind of thing.
You just like mark them off as you go or something?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Some people just do that with the paper pattern. Yep.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I know people have done it a bunch of different ways. I think that Christiane was doing it where she just uploaded it to Procreate or something like that.
GoodNotes is one too.
Yeah. And then just in Notes, and just marked it off on her computer, which was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, awesome.
Yay!
Yeah, and said after watching Katie's video on cross-stitch conversion, she thought she'd give it a try. That's awesome. Excellent.
Yeah.
Was that worked off of a paper pattern as well?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay, she did Procreate to mark off her. Yeah, so there's several different ways. I've also found that the different apps that people use to track their progress, they're kind of a little hit and miss with which version of Android or which version of this or which type of thing you're using. So like the Chrome that is on my Chromebook will not run Markup RXP, like whatever version, it's not compatible. It's only like a tablet or a phone. So I can only use Pattern Keeper on that, and then I have to go to my iPad for so all these different devices to try to get this stuff done. I have yet to find one that does it all on one device, but yeah.
See, and I'm an iPad person, and I've been using the markup one, and I really like it. But I tried uploading a pattern on GoodNotes too, and now it doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but it's another way if you want to do it electronically and just mark it off. It's almost like marking it off on paper, just on your screen instead. So
right. Yeah. And either way is fine with me. I might try to do a paper one at some point just to kind of see how much longer it takes or anything like that. But the one thing that I do really like about the apps is they tell you how much progress you've made overall.
Yes.
So I can be like, all right, I'm at 23.4% in this project. And that's kind of a little feel good to know that, how far you've gotten that day or that week. So I do like that. I almost wish they had that for regular diamond paintings. Like it knew which ones you've completed, or you could say, I did this section. And so it's like, you're 50% done. But
Right. Definitely. Oh yeah, Katie, and I know Pattern Keeper kind of keeps saying their iOS version is in development for over a year. That's
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah, and certain patterns from certain shops work on with certain apps too. So you just kind of have to play with it. I guess for me, maybe my suggestion would be to start with the free ones and see what if those work out for you before, because Pattern Keeper I think was like $8 or $10 for a lifetime, which isn't a ton. But then my Threadbare canvas didn't work over on Pattern Keeper. So
Yeah. And see, and the markup one, that's like, it's about the same price. I think it's like 10, but that's just for the year. Then you have to renew it again.
okay,
So it's like, so it's like, you better be getting your use out of it.
yeah.
Now, GoodNotes, because you get your first 3 notebooks for free before you have to pay for the app,
Mhm.
that could be one that you could use. And again, it doesn't have like the bells and whistles like the actual cross stitch apps do, but I mean, it's still a way to keep it and mark it off.
Yeah. Francesca said it's nice to see the progress in the highlighted symbol or color you're working on with the tablets. Yeah, that is really nice to be able to just be like, okay, we got all that. But yeah, each one of them has their like little nuances and little quirks. So you might find one that really works for you, or find a couple that really work for you. It's been interesting flip-flopping between different ones because they all act ever so slightly differently. But yeah. Jade said she got a tablet for Pattern Keeper. It was a deal for a $25 canvas. There was a deal.
There you go.
It's nice.
Yeah.
So let me, as people are chatting, once again, any questions, we're here to help. I even had prepared myself if someone has an image that they want run through Pixel Stitch and just try to identify which colors you might need or create a pattern. I have what I need here to do that. I would just ask that you send me the image through Instagram or something. So if we need to go that in depth and one-on-one, we're here to do it. Otherwise, I can just keep doing some more show and tell as we chat. But let me bring up Francesca's Studio Works just to show some folks the site who maybe didn't see the video on Friday. Bev says she loves Pattern Keeper. I think that might be my favorite one between that and Markup RXP. Share this tab instead. Mary Ann asked for the site. Sophie, if you're still on, if you wouldn't mind, thank you. Actually, I can throw it in. I'm right here. Can't I do that?
I think so. I was thinking, I'm like, oh, there you go. Okay.
I did it.
Yay!
Technology. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you. Okay, cool. So I'll just breeze through this. If you want to watch this again, you can watch the replay. There's also a whole separate video that I did on Friday, so just be on the lookout for that. But this is Francesca's Studio Works. I've been working with Francesca's drills for a few weeks now on a cross-stitch conversion, and I've been really happy so far. Tomorrow, I'll be putting up a whip-in chat, which is like the first time I've sat behind the diamond painting table and filmed in a long time. But I did a whip-in chat, so I'll be going up in the morning. I shake the drills through the tray, and I place with them, and I talk about what I've been noticing. But moral of the story is they're very good. So this is just one of several different resources that you can utilize to order your drills. Bye, Lizette. She had to go.
Bye, Lizette. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. And yes, keep in mind that this website is still a work in progress or still being refined. So a lot of this stuff will probably get ironed out within the next few days. I know that Francesca has been working with her web designer on little bugs, things that just happen. So things will get refined as we go. But the main piece right now, at least right now on the site, is just ordering your diamond drills themselves. So you have 2 different ways to do that. You have pre-packaged drills by quantity. So you can just hop in here and say, I need 1,000 of this and be on your way. If you have a cross-stitch conversion pattern and all you have is your stitch number and you really need some help, then you can absolutely do that. So you just pull up your pattern and you just type in your DMC and then the number of stitches that are listed on your pattern, and then the website does all the math for you. So, so you can type in 939, and I need 15,638 of those, and it'll just start building this for you. So you don't have to go and figure out, okay, how many bags would that be, or how much extra is in each bag to compensate for if I drop. It's all taken care of. The extras, all of that stuff. So you just keep building this shopping list, and then when you're done, you hit finish order. And based on how many drills you're ordering, there are some discounts associated with that. So you can see here, 30 to 50, you get this, 50, so on and so forth. So it's just like a really nice foolproof way to get what you need, and it gets all built for you. And the shipping's really fast, right around 4 to 7 days from the time that the order is received. So, and so just really
I started
cool.
playing around with it yesterday, and it's really awesome and streamlined. It's very cool.
Yeah. So it helps. I think it's just really refined to make it pretty simple. Of course, like I said, there's so many different places to get drills. It just depends on what you're looking for in terms of how quickly you want them and the quality you're looking for. These are all resin, but there's a couple places that offer resin drills, acrylic drills. This just is, I think, the newest to the scene. Just as of over the weekend. So yeah, because I've ordered from Diamond Drills USA before. Now those are acrylic drills, so it's different if you're looking for acrylic. But Jade does a great video on that too, between like the difference between resin and acrylic drills. But that one you kind of have to do a little more because it only comes in bags of certain amount. So you kind of have to, do a little bit of math, but it's not bad. So yeah, with Francesca, it's kind of cool that that's just all done for you. And then again, and Jade does it all too, if you give her the numbers. So a lot of cool, great ways now. Yeah, exactly. And there is one thing that I wanted to mention, because there are so many different places where you could get a canvas and drills and kind of mix and match. Something that I've just noticed with working on a Heaven and Earth Designs canvas is their canvases from Heaven and Earth Designs are done in a 10 by 10. So 10 stitches or 10 drills per inch, right? If you actually do the math on the how many millimeters that is, that gives you a little bit of wiggle room, because 10 drills, which are 2.5 millimeters each for a square diamond, but each of your squares will be 2.54 millimeters, I think, is what that ends up being, or every 10. So essentially what I'm trying to say is your drill field is sometimes larger than the actual drills themselves would be, to give a little bit of wiggle room, I'm assuming, because you're going to be getting drills from a different place than the canvas. So they want to make up for any weird sizing, placing awkwardly, they're compensating for that. So just keep that in mind, that if you're getting like super perfect drills that are exactly the same size that they should be, and no knobbly bits and stuff, sometimes working, at least from what I've seen working on the Heaven and Earth Designs canvas, is I tend to see a little bit more gapping here and there, because I think the drill field is larger than the drills need it to be. So just something to keep in mind. It's incredibly minimal. It's incredibly minimal, but that's the game that you play when you're purchasing products from different suppliers. They're not always going to be as like synergistic. Whereas, something like working with Jade's canvases, her drill field is manufactured to meet the sizing of her drills. So she might, because of that confidence, and I don't know, maybe I'm speaking for you, Jade, feel free to chime in, but I think maybe because your confidence in the quality of your drills and the sizing, you can kind of tighten up that drill field a little bit. I know Diamond Art Club has said as much, that they tightened up their square drill field when they started improving the quality of their drills or consistency. So I didn't see as much gapping on the kit that was Jade's canvases and her drills, because they're meant to work in harmony. So just something to keep in mind. Yeah.
It's a happy marriage between her canvases and her drills.
Yeah, it's just an observation, and but it completely makes sense because it's better to have that than have a super tight drill field and then your drills are popping all over the place. Yeah. So it totally makes sense, but it's just something to keep in mind when you're purchasing from over here and from over here. You just need to make sure that they're going to live happily together. But I did end up getting some mica powder today on my way home. I stopped at Michael's, so I'm going to try that method for the first time.
Well, I think that's what I'm going to do. So I've got 2 projects that I want to be working. So one is just all jade. I did one of the panels, the princess panels, which is on its way. I'm so excited. And then the other one, I'm doing like the Frankenstein way. That's what I call it, because you're doing, pieces from everywhere.
Yeah.
And I think it will be interesting to kind of compare, not that I want to compare different stores or anything, because I'm not about that, but just to kind of see the differences between, kind of sourcing things yourself and doing it the Frankenstein method, and then doing it just the streamlined method as well. So, yeah.
Awesome. Cool. I'm sorry. Mia might have had a question that we missed. What did I miss? Does a bunch of crown jewel canvases, they all have the symbols on the canvas already? Yes, that is correct, Mia. They do have that, but for the purposes of the cross stitch conversion event, those crown jewel canvases won't be eligible because, just like you said, it's essentially just a diamond painting kit at that point. Yeah, you're just missing the drills. So yeah, for the cross stitch conversion, you have to convert.
And I'm sorry. And the Sea of Diamonds said, I found a cross stitch chart that the creators put up as free use. Mm-hmm. Would it work for the event? I would say yes, right? I mean, if they've given you permission, then I think that would be okay. Sophie, would you guys agree with that?
I would, yeah. If it is something that is free to use, then yes. I would say in a situation like that, and we haven't figured out our entry forms or anything like, maybe that's something that we can add. But I do want to stress that your patterns do need to either be kind of free use like that, or licensed patterns. So, but even on Heaven and Earth Designs, I just clicked on free charts, and you do have some options here to snag for free. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. Hey.
Wow, you got a Hannah Lynn. Well, and then honestly, when you scrolled up, was there the llama in the books? Because I'm almost like, I may want to do that.
Yes, how cute. Yes. Yeah, these are all free. So
that's cool. So see, that's a great way to do it too.
Yeah. Yeah. Chris said, how do you know it's a crown jewel? Okay, I can show you. So you have up here at the top, I'm not sure how big this is for everyone. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Maybe that's making it smaller. So right here, you have your crown jewel diamond painting canvases. So if you go here, this is where you're going to get the printed canvas ready to go for you with the symbols on it, all of that good stuff.
Yeah.
If you want, and like I said, those are not eligible for this event. However, it's something to look at if you're just interested in them in general. If you're looking for charts, you want to go to charts by artist. And these are just the patterns in the charting. You'll still need to order your blank canvas and the drills.
Yeah. And just to give you guys an idea again, so with a cross stitch conversion, there's absolutely nothing printed on your canvas. It is completely blank because you're getting your symbols and everything from your chart or the cross stitch pattern. Yeah. So like it's just kind of seeing again, like there's nothing, there's no symbols on it or anything. So that's what makes it a cross stitch conversion.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And when you order from, a couple people mentioned it. If you order from Jade, you can put in just a request through the site. And she just asks that you send her the pattern so she has your color charting, and she does the ordering and everything. So if you do want a complete package of like, I want the canvas and the drills and everything, just and the math, all of it done for me, then she does offer that service. And that's what I did for Head of Medusa. And then my cross stitch conversion project for Summer with the Masters is Moussenet Lob Mousse, and that was also ordered from Jade. And all I did was send her the link to the pattern, or send her the pattern that I purchased, and it boom, boom, boom. So yeah, there's so many different ways.
And what's great about Jade too is, I mean, don't ever feel bad. And because I remember one time I had sent her, because I wanted a quote on something. And then when I found out like how big it was going to be, I'm like, oh my gosh, no, that's way too big. Yeah. And that's also the cool thing about Jade too, is like, there's no pressure. Like she does these, you know, she'll estimate it for you and let you know, but you're not under any pressure to like, oh, well, now I've got to commit to it. Like, because I know I've even done that with Jade. I had sent her something, and then when I found out like just how big it was going to be, I'm like, never mind.
Yeah.
and I apologize, and I'm like, Jade, I'm so sorry. And she was like, don't worry. That's what I'm here for. So you can figure it out. So
yeah,
that's another thing too. Like, don't be afraid to reach out to her, because Jade's awesome. And it's not like a high pressure situation.
Yeah. Bev asked, is your event license patterns only? Yes, it is. So if you are searching for patterns to snag, you do have to be a little bit careful and making sure that your pattern is licensed. So my suggestion would be make sure that you have an artist listed is usually a good way to confirm that. Usually unlicensed artwork isn't going to attribute it to anyone. And then a lot of sites, and we have a list. Maybe I can share that Google Doc here.
Yeah, definitely. Well, licensed or again, public domain.
Public
so
domain.
Like,
so,
think Old Masters, anything before, is it
1928?
1928. Okay.
Yeah.
So Monet or Picasso, or probably like Monet, or, you know, any of those old masters that you can think of.
Yeah, Gustav Klimt, John William Waterhouse, like a lot of the classics.
Yes.
We do have Mucha. We do have a Google Doc going where we've listed some shops where I have confirmed that they carry all legally licensed artwork, and a lot of your favorites. I tried to search for some places where you might see those artists on Diamond Art Club a lot, but you can find their cross stitch patterns elsewhere. So for instance, like Christopher Lavelle, lots of Jasmine Beckett Griffith, because a lot of her stuff is now just publicly available. Ines Guerrero, there's a whole bunch. So let me go ahead and drop that in here for you.
And Bev was saying unconventional cross stitch. That's a really cool site for definitely. And like, I know when Diamond Art Club came out with Fire Drake, it was like a limited edition Christopher Lavelle, and you know, now they don't make it anymore as a diamond painting. Sure enough, on unconventional cross stitch, it's a cross stitch pattern. So if anyone really still, you know, was obsessed with that Fire Drake diamond painting, well, technically you could still do it as a cross stitch conversion now.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just pulling this shop list here. Get the link.
Yes, exactly, Katie. Like it is. It's so that's another thing that could be collected. Like, you know, people get obsessed with their diamond painting collections. I could see people totally having a collection of cross stitch charts. That's going to be the new thing that people start collecting.
Yeah. Well, what's nice is they don't take up space in your house.
No, they're all digital too now. I just keep them on my iPad and scroll through them.
Cool. So a lot of it's going to unlock, I think, a lot of, and there's so many images on unconventional cross stitch from Christopher Lavelle that Diamond Art Club hasn't done yet, and a couple of them I'm pretty I don't know, they've been pushing the envelope with his artwork, but there are a couple there that I'd be highly surprised if they ever did those. So it's kind of cool to potentially do one that you just won't see. Let's go ahead and jump over there. I do have to be careful with that site, because they do have a whole like not safe for work 18 plus like
they, like their title says, they are unconventional.
Yeah. Cool. Let's take a peek. Okay. So this is unconventional cross stitch. I ordered. I can actually show you.
I
don't
love
remember.
how, sure enough, that first image is a Christopher Lavelle.
Yeah. Yep. So you have your PDF patterns here that you can click on, and so you can do it by artist, theme, number of colors, sizing, all that stuff. So if we go here and we go to Christopher Lavelle just to take a peek. Little biography, but you can see a lot of the images that we've seen on Diamond Art Club. But there's a few here that you probably haven't seen, like this dog. I don't know if that'll ever make its way.
You never know. Yeah, you never know. But oh wait,
No.
okay, yes, an NSFW chart. Oh wait, okay, what? Okay,
Yes. Well, okay. Wait, hold on. Let's.
wait, what's
I don't.
NSFW?
Not
off.
safe for work. Can it be an
Oh,
adult themed kit?
So bad with acronyms.
I
guys.
jumped to my answer, but what do we think, Sophie?
I mean, Sophie said it begets. I'm not opposed to it. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I don't think there's a problem with it.
Now I'm really curious what Katie's into. That is like a whole other rabbit hole of questions now, Katie. I'm very curious.
Yeah, you can't just ask that and not provide some context. But like this Mephisto, this like demon one, I was like, I don't know if we'll see that on Diamond Art Club, but I think it's really cool.
I don't know. I wouldn't put it past him. I mean,
that's a little much. I really like this one here. This is it not Narfi, Betrayer King? Let me click on this. I think that one's really cool.
Oh, for sure, Jade. Of course. Yeah, there's definitely not safe for work. Old. See, now I'm going to be saying it, guys, instead of the acronym to cement it into my head. But, oh, yeah, I mean, anyone can look up Botticelli or Carvalho. Yeah. I mean, any of those.
Exactly. I think it's
first.
Fine. Yeah, I think it's fine.
Katie. Gosh.
Oh boy, I think if you get that and just max out what Heaven and Earth Designs provides as a canvas, you can enter that in, Katie. We'll allow
there you go.
Yeah. I have this one. I don't remember the official title of it, but I ordered this from Francesca. So I have this one on its way.
That's really cool.
No, not on its way. It's here. I've got it sitting in the laundry room. But yeah, this is from the same artist that did The Great Wave.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The Great Wave of Kanagawa, or that one?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. That's a cool one.
Katie, you're making them blush. No, it's totally fine. I want to show because there is a whole, if you look here, there is a theme. And look at some of these themes. Extreme macabre, horror, nude. Like there's a lot of stuff here to take a look at. So
I mean, Katie, you can only do it if you have, the pony song in the background as you're working on it. It's the only way you're allowed to do it. You have to do that.
There is an entire dragons section.
There you go. Lots of dragons for all you dragon lovers.
These are kind of cool. I like these like butterfly mixed with dragons. Look at this one. That one's really cool. Ooh.
That one's cool. I've looked at that one before. That's pretty neat.
These are really cool.
Pony. No, I can't sing it now, or else I'll get in trouble. But everyone knows it's the pony song. Everyone knows the pony song.
What size is this? 437 by 550. Whoo. But yeah, there's lots of sites like this. Cross Stitch Collectibles is another one that I go to. That one's good for old masters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one has a lot of really pretty ones. If you want an old masters one, that one's a really cool one.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and switch over.
Katie said, "Hold up, dragons."
Yeah. A whole dragons section. There was like 9 pages, so
yeah,
plenty of the look.
9 pages worth of dragons for your viewing pleasure, Katie.
Yep. Cross Stitch Collectibles has a ton. If you're looking for more old masters, they have even
Yes.
stuff that doesn't fall within that category, but like more Art Nouveau, so popular artists. And this is where I got Head of Medusa. So, but they've got some Klimts here. You can take a peek at.
They have some beautiful Renaissance inspired ones too that are gorgeous. They really have some pretty ones.
Mm-hmm. So just stuff like that. There's plenty to choose from. Of course, Creatively Stitching has the princess panels.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the pre-made ones from like Jade offers that, and you can even find. Actually, I guess you can't really find them done as. I was almost going to say you can find pre-made kits, but they're pre-made cross stitch kits. Like you'll get the floss, you wouldn't get diamonds in a canvas. And I'm going to show Threadbare. Isn't that
one's cool?
There's just so much cool stuff to find. I feel like because they're cross stitch and the cross stitch has been around for so much longer, like the breadth of artwork that you can find is so much bigger. I'm going to show Threadbare. This will be the last one, but this is another one that I really, really like for a couple specific reasons. The princess panels are definitely on my bucket list. Erica said Scarlet Quince has a lot of old. Oh, nice.
That's good to know. Okay.
There are some Etsy shops that I hesitate in sharing because I do see unlicensed stuff like, oh, it's a Rugrats, pattern or something like that. But then they'll also have these gorgeous old masters. So we're not being picky of where you get it. It's the image itself that you see that's important. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share this tab. So this is Threadbare. Threadbare is actually kind of an interesting blend. It's a combination of both being kind of its own pattern keeper web app, as well as a store to buy patterns. So their web app, I personally have messed with it a little bit and it wasn't my favorite. There's a much larger learning curve I've found personally. And it's very limited on which patterns will work for it. It's kind of, if you get a Threadbare pattern, you can use their app is almost what it feels like. But you do have that option. They also have a really unique tool where you can also convert your own image into a cross stitch pattern and change a lot of the different things about it. However, they do charge for this service, whereas Pixel Stitch is free. So
there you go.
So yeah, but they do have that. But we're here to look at the pattern store. So all of this stuff is licensed or public domain or old masters, what have you. So this is also a safe site. They have a ton of cool stuff, like anything you could think of. But I of course came here for the old masters. But you can see they have 625 JVG images to choose from.
Wow. Oh, and Francesca said Threadbare has spent a lot of time on their rendering program and they have a generally brighter color palette. So they do a better job with very dark images.
Yes, very true.
Cool. Okay.
And the other really cool thing that they offer is let's take a look at John William Waterhouse. And let's look at, I love this Cleopatra image. Someone needs to do this one. Someone needs to do this one. Okay, so the cool thing about their site is they offer you a variety of sizes as well. So it's not just whatever the pattern has been made at. So you can see that we're looking at extra large is going to be 618 by 720 inches.
That's a big one.
That's a huge canvas. So you can bring this down to large. I ended up going with medium for Moussenet Lab Mousse, my Summer with the Masters pattern I got from here. And I got it through Jade, and she said the medium looked just as good as the bigger one. So this would be like 103 by 120
that's
centimeters. Yeah.
Wow.
184 colors. You can change how many colors that you'll get. And then what's really cool is some of these DMCs don't exist in diamond painting. They automatically let you select diamond art if you want to make it into like a diamond art or a diamond painting. It gets rid of all the DMCs that don't exist in diamond painting.
That's cool.
Yeah. The only thing there is it locks you into a specific size. So that's for mine, I wanted medium, so that's why I did that. But
Mm-hmm.
this would be what, like an 85 or something like that, a little less
That's
than
not
100.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes.
and I saw a question earlier from Wendy. So, Wendy, you were asking about the Precious Moments one on Heaven and Earth Designs.
Hmm.
So, what you were looking at there, that was the cross stitch pattern. And then you'd still have to get your canvas and source your drills and things like that.
Hmm. So we're just going to go into charts by artist, and then we're going to scroll down to, is it Precious Moments?
Yes, it's the Precious Moments.
Okay. There they go.
There it is.
So let's say we wanted to do this every day as an adventure. So we're going to click on that, and we're going to get a regular chart format in PDF, and it would be the $19. So when you download that, you're just getting the pattern.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd still need to get your canvas, which would be 100 and something by 100 and something. It's a big one. This would be huge. 575 stitches. And then you also have your the floss usage chart that they provide. So this at least just gives you an idea of the colors. You don't know exactly how many stitches, but
And Kay just brought up a good point. She also said, just a thought, as an old cross stitcher, I think you need to be careful with cross stitch patterns. If the pattern has back stitching, that may not work well for diamond painting. Yes, that is a very good point to bring up for sure.
Okay. I don't even know what that is. What is that?
Oh, it changes the look of things, and it like blends colors and things like that. So Jade, or one who knows a little more, correct me if I'm wrong, you typically want full stitches, right? With no back stitching. Is that usually what you're looking for? Because that's what I've been looking at. But
okay.
Anyone can come on and correct me if I'm wrong with that. Because yeah, you typically want, I believe, full stitches and no back stitching.
Has Anthony ever heard of Precious Moments? I do. I have no idea what this is. I thought this was like some sort of Cabbage Patch thing.
Okay, yeah, Jade. Thank you, Jade. Okay, yeah, full stitching.
Full stitch.
Yeah, and usually they'll say that in the description of the pattern. Yeah, it's like full stitch, and then you're fine. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Marianne. Yeah, outlining is back stitching.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm on the side here looking back at unconventional cross stitch, and it says stitch type used full.
Yes.
So okay. Awesome. Cool.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I'm going to send you a Precious Moments figurine now, Anthony, just so you know what Precious Moments is.
There's figurines.
Yes, they were collectibles.
I think I'm okay. I think I'm all set. I'm picturing grabbing a Sharpie and drawing the tops of the drills to imitate. Oh, just do half and half. Maybe we can start cutting drills in half and then in diagonal and then gluing them together, and that's a backstitch color, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. My mom loved Precious Moments. I've literally never heard of this.
Yes, see, thank you, Spin 16. There were figurines. Yes, and coloring books and Bibles and devotionals and all sorts of things.
Yeah, this is all new to me.
We've got that was amazing.
I want to show this is the artist that I was looking at on Heaven and Earth Designs, and I was like, I must at least try one of these. I thought all of these images were gorgeous.
Those are pretty.
Yeah, it's not nice.
That is. It'd be really pretty.
There's this one here is really cool too.
Ooh.
Yeah, beautiful. But you can see that you already have some minis here. So the original is 525 by 778 stitches. The mini is 225 by 333. So
that's
these have
a lot
already
more
been
manageable.
Yeah, these have already been done. Yeah, look at this one. Gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. That's really pretty. Ooh, I liked that one. That was pretty.
This one?
Yes, that one's
Yes.
pretty. I like that.
What a fun, the colors. How much fun would that be? This one is really cool too.
That's cool.
You can even get ones that are max color that have like 130 colors, 200 and something. So, yeah.
And actually, that's a good point to bring up too. Is yeah, when you look at Heaven and Earth Designs, guys, they have different types. They have your max colors, which means your diamond painting is going to have, yeah. Some of them have like 225 colors. Like it's crazy. So
Yeah.
you may want to think about that too when looking at your pattern is how many colors it actually is. Because like even if you get a small, if you're doing a small conversion, but it has, 200 colors, that's
take a
still
while.
a lot to work with.
Yeah. Yeah, these are just fun. They've got so much stuff on. I hadn't really messed around with Heaven and Earth Designs at all until we started talking about this this event. And I was like, oh, whoa, they've got some really cool stuff on here.
Yeah, they do.
There's some Spangler.
Oh yeah, they have Spangler. That's cool. And that's the kind of cool thing too, guys, with cross stitch conversions, like because if there's a diamond painting that you never got your hands on, or if there's an artist that you like that you didn't get, like most likely you probably are able to do it as a cross stitch conversion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I was searching, and once again, be very careful. But I was typing in artists and writing like Enos Guerrero cross stitch pattern and seeing if I could find a legitimate shop, which I did. Let me one more.
Oh
Sorry,
yeah,
we're running long, but I want to show this one.
Yeah,
Enos.
You guys don't mind seeing any Enos Guerrero cross stitch? Thumbs up if you guys are cool with that.
I did find it. So she's over on. Maybe we already typed it in. I think Sophie might have already mentioned this, but it's threadgeeks.co.uk.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I saw someone write that.
Ooh.
So there's Fenya. I love this. The snake one is really cool. There's just some fun stuff on here.
That's very cool.
Yeah. There's Rococo Dream. I love this kit, but I don't think I'd do it as a cross stitch. I'd want it as the regular one, but I really like that.
I almost got that one with the other 3 Guerreros that I have. I kept going back and forth, but what I liked about the Guerreros that I did get is, I don't know, they were all round. And for me, I was like, yay, they're all consistent and they're all round. And throwing in a square drill was going to mess with my head too much. But I love that one as well. It's really pretty.
Yeah. Look at this Princess Belle one.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Isn't that cool?
That's cool. Okay, they're all talking about Catholic schools over here.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, honestly, be glad that you didn't know Precious Moments. It's okay, because it was everywhere. If you grew up in any type of religious setting, most likely you knew Precious Moments. And if you didn't and you happened to be spared that, that's okay.
I think I was spared that, but we were Catholic, but Hispanic Catholic. No one was buying Precious Moments.
Yeah.
If it wasn't a Virgen de Guadalupe, it wasn't in the house.
See, I grew up Protestant and then converted. And so as a kid, my grandparents, who were like major Baptists, if you guys don't know, you Precious Moments people, there's a Precious Moments chapel in Missouri that's like stained glass Precious Moments images and everything. And honestly, it's beautiful, but it's all Precious Moments.
Oh, fun.
Yep. Hey, I'm excited. This is Spin 16. If you're going to do a Precious Moments one, I think that's awesome. I will be very curious to see what that looks like for
the
sure.
Art looks fine, but I just don't know how I feel about little figurines. I think any little figurines just kind of eke me out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's what it is. I wanted to quickly call out. They've got Ann Stokes here.
Oh, that's cool. That'd be fun.
Mm-hmm. Some JBG. Sarah Richter's here.
They have. Oh my gosh! They have Interview with the Vampire.
There's all sorts of stuff. So yeah, it's worth checking out. They are already on I believe they're on the Google Doc already. So
Okay.
yeah.
So there you guys go. If you want a cross-stitch conversion of Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt right there in Interview with the Vampire, it's right there.
Yeah. Spin says poor Anthony. No, I think I'll be fine.
Yes, Mia, I grew up on Veggie Tales as well, and I try to forget that.
What about a figurine of Apollo? No, I like the real thing. Yes, yes, Katie, go get some charts. I think it's really cool because it's like a little bit less of an upfront investment if you want to just play around and pick up a couple things, you know. So it's just like, and then you have them look at this flamingo. Hold on, sorry.
Well, and that's another thing with cross-stitch conversions too, especially now that there's more and more places to source your drills, is I know like right now, okay, I got my pattern. Then like a couple of weeks later, I ordered my canvas. And then, I'm doing just certain amounts of the drills. And that way, you can kind of, because, they're not inexpensive. But when you do a cross-stitch conversion, you can kind of break it down into separate purchases, and do it that way too. So it's not costing you a whole lot up front, which I think is really nice too.
Yeah, and it's cool just to kind of snag some stuff. I do wish that I would have been better about snagging them when I see an image I really love, because I think I talked to you both, Hannah and Sophie. I talked to them because there was this one that was called Not Today Perseus, and it was Medusa, but done in kind of an anime cartoon style. And she was sewing the snakes back into her hair and like had her mirror out. And she's like in this apartment. I was like, that would be such a cool companion piece to Head of Medusa, is like a totally different style. And I was like, oh, I'll buy it next time I'm browsing. I cannot find that image for the life of me. I've searched titles, I've searched Medusa anime, and I just can't find it. But it was a cross-stitch pattern. It must have just been discontinued. So if you see them, and you can snag them. But anyway, Veggie Tales, yeah. Yes, I did bedazzle a rubber ducky, but that's not a figurine, that's a lifestyle. We're super excited to be doing this one. We know it may take more work to get a cross-stitch conversion started. So yes, that's exactly right. So this is all about just making this feel a little bit more approachable and less potentially scary. There's so many different things, we can try to start finding some more affordable options. And I know Hannah's been working on some of that stuff. So each time we do this, we'll try to, dispel some or, quell some concerns about it and make it easy and fun and engaging. So, not a figurine, a lifestyle. Maybe I should get a t-shirt that says that, and then have the diamond duck on it.
There you go. Be amazing. Do it.
All right. Well, that's all I had. Sophie, Hannah, are we missing anything? Was this good? Do you feel solid?
I mean, yeah, I hopefully we answered some of your guys, or all of your guys' questions at least today, but know that this is not the only one that we'll be doing. We definitely have more planned down the road. Anthony's new channel name. But but hopefully we answered some questions today, and we'll be posting more on the Facebook. In fact, maybe we could probably even put this video in the Facebook group, I would imagine, can't we? Yes. We might, so we'll have that. Okay, Spin16 is asking where we can find the Google Doc. That's in the Facebook group, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on the Facebook group, but it's now in the chat too.
Okay. Oh,
and
perfect.
if you have any shops that carry licensed or public domain artwork and you're not seeing it there, just message one of us and we'll get that. We'll take a look to confirm and then add it. So it's a very short list right now because it's basically just where we've shopped, but it will continue to grow if you help us out with that. So yeah. Hopefully, Sophie, you can join again next time.
Yeah, for sure. We love Sophie. Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess thank you everyone for joining. I really appreciate it. This was an absolute blast. We all really appreciate it, all three of us,
Yes.
and hopefully it adds some value to this process for you. So,
Mhm.
yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to call it. I'm going to go take this boy for a hike. So, thanks so much, everyone. Yeah, feel better, Sophie. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Hannah and Sophie, for being here to support. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. This is fun. I'm enjoying this. So super excited.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.